or not even, you fight for justice pretty much, and hoping that the authorities would bring someone to, to responsibility. And after a while, you realize that that's probably not going to happen.
What Faith Evans just shared doesn't just confirm the suspicions people have whispered about for years, it flips the whole story on its head. This isn't just about label drama or shady contracts. It's about pain, power, and the kind of control that leaves scars long after the cameras stop rolling. Faith hitting her limit has everyone looking back at what they thought they knew and realizing the truth might have been right there all along. There's a lot to unpack here, so hold on to your seats and let's get right into it.
Life after death.
Most people know Faith Evans as the first lady of Bad Boy, the sweet voice behind I'll Be Missing You and Biggie's Ride or Die, but now folks are starting to see the real mess that came after Biggie was gone. Faith didn't just lose her husband, she lost control over her own life, and the label that was supposed to hold her down, that same label turned around and tried to run every part of it.
I just hope I could sell a lot of records, so I could pull on this coattail.
Let's take it back to the early 90s, right when Faith landed in LA trying to get her music career going. She was doing background vocals for artists like Al B. Sure, when Diddy noticed her and wasted no time, before she could even finish a full session, he was already trying to lock her in. At first it felt like a come up, like she'd finally made it, but what Biggie and Faith didn't see coming was the years of mind games, control, and hurt that came with it.
He took me out of a dangerous game, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I was selling drugs real hard, When I got the record deal, all I got cut short. So it's like he Jesus to me, you know what I'm saying? Because he just saved me. And it's real, and I go all out.
Nah, I ain't saying none of that. I'm not Jesus.
To
Jesus.
Me, I look at him like, I say Jesus.
And the next question is, watch out for the thunder out this month.
He saved me. Love you.
Faith was the first woman Diddy ever signed to Bad Boy. Not long after that, she met Biggie at a photo shoot, and just a few weeks later, boom, they were married. From the outside, it looked like a dream, but behind closed doors, it was already falling apart. Biggie was doing his own thing, cheating left and right. Faith was stuck proving herself over and over, and the industry treated her less like an artist and more like something they could mold and sell.
Okay, the love triangle between you, rapper Lil' Kim, and the late Biggie. I remember when you wrote your book, she described how you walked in the bedroom on your husband in bed with Lil' Kim.
And if that wasn't enough, people were already talking, saying Diddy allegedly wasn't just running the studio, he was trying to run Faith's personal life too. She was dealing with a messy marriage, the non-stop East Coast, West Coast beef, and crazy rumors about her and Tupac. Whether that part was true or not, everything blew up once Pac and Biggie were gone. That's when Faith says Diddy's true colors really came out.
People are going to always have something to say. But, I mean, I've never done anything, not such an important decision like that, I would never do something like that for publicity. People said that me and Biggie got married as a publicity stunt, and Puff didn't even know we got married. So, I mean, people are going to have to say whatever they want to say, but that doesn't really affect how I move and how I operate.
But here's where it gets even weirder. Faith says Diddy had her hitting the tanning salon every other day just because he didn't like her skin being too light. He wanted her looking picture perfect, 24/7, glam, polished, like a Barbie he could show off. He'd even roll with her to the salon and sit there while it happened. That's how much he was trying to control her every move. After Biggie passed out, Faith was over it. She was tired, worn out, and just wanted to be free, but her contract had her stuck. Diddy allegedly wasn't letting her walk away. Instead, he kept her locked in, making her drop album after album for a label that didn't even care about her anymore. And to top it off, those albums got barely any promo. Faith was dropping heat, but Diddy wasn't doing a thing to back her up. She had the voice, she had the fans, but no support. It's like he wanted the music, not the woman behind it. He wanted control, not to see her win. Right around then, the whispers turned into straight up talk. People were saying Diddy allegedly had something to do with setting Biggie up. Word is, Biggie was supposed to fly out to London the day he got killed, but Diddy made a last minute call and told him to stay in LA. Biggie's mom, Valletta Wallace, never trusted Diddy. She told her son to watch his back, and some say she saw it coming.
Some of the
some of his associates, I still on the street.
At that point, it was getting really hard to ignore the talk, especially with Biggie and Faith's son, CJ Wallace, low-key fueling the rumors. CJ's always kept to himself, but folks close to him say he never believed the official story. Word is he thinks Biggie was surrounded by fake love, even from people who were supposed to be family.
My dad is the one and only Notorious B.I.G. Biggie Smalls. My mother's Faith Evans. It's a creative household that I've grown up in. It's been, really just about family for me since day one.
And here's where it starts getting even deeper. CJ was just a kid when his grandma sat him down and supposedly told him what she thought happened that night. She said Diddy allegedly made a promise and she knew it was going to end badly. Word is CJ has been holding on to that talk ever since. And here's the part that really makes people pause. Some folks say Faith not being with Biggie that night wasn't some random thing. They believe it might have been intentional.
Significance of this legacy, like probably around 15. I want to say 15 when it really set in, like when my grandma sat me down and talked to me.
Fans started connecting the dots, CJ staying quiet, the awkward tension with Faith, and how he found out she married Stevie J through social media like everybody else. And let's be real, Stevie wasn't some random, he was deep in Diddy's circle. That move, it messed with CJ heavily. That's when things between them really started to shift. And it gets even messier. Stevie was allegedly crashing at one of Diddy's spots when the feds came knocking. Some say Stevie J was helping Diddy keep his dirtiest secrets under wraps. And with Faith caught in the middle of both of them, yeah, that just makes everything look way more sketchy.
I don't know whatever someone does in their bedroom, that's what they do. I don't got nothing to do with that. I'm just here to say that I've never seen my man doing anything foul like they talking about.
None of it. All of it. I mean,
I've never seen it. I've known him for 29 years.
Some blogs say CJ may be pulling away from Faith, not just because of her ties to Diddy, but because of what she might have let slide over the years. He barely even posts about her now, and that silence, it speaks volumes. Faith says she's got CJ's back no matter what, but let's be real, this whole thing ain't just about him. It's about what Faith lived through, what she kept quiet about, and everything it cost her along the way. Whether CJ sticks around or not, Faith's truth is finally out there, and now people are starting to see her story with fresh eyes. And it gets even crazier. Jaguar Wright claimed Diddy told Faith straight up that Biggie was gonna die and warned her to back off. Faith never said it was true, but with all the mess coming out now, people are really starting to ask, is she finally done keeping quiet for the same people who did her dirty?
Diddy told her he was gonna kill Biggie. She knew it was gonna happen. She was purposefully not by her husband's side that night. It happened, and she was told she had to lie about it. It's funny, when you ask Faith how long her and Biggie was together before they got married, the story changes every time. It was 10 days, it was 20 days, it was this days, it was that days. I'm not saying that she didn't develop feelings for him. I'm not saying that she didn't care about the father of her son. I'm saying she was hired for one job. Her being involved with Pac in the midst of all of that. But she didn't know Pac was Pac. Diddy has had a long career of using to trap niggas into making them do what he wants to do or using them to move them out the way. How does a woman with that much talent end up married to somebody like Stevie J?
And here's where things start feeling really off. Word is Biggie's car was the only one marked with stickers that night, like someone wanted to make sure he was the target. And he wasn't out there by himself either. He was surrounded by other bad boy folks, including Diddy, which just makes everything look even sketchier. Word on the street is Faith might have known more than she ever let on. Diddy allegedly stopped Biggie from leaving Bad Boy and snatched full control of his catalog once he was gone. Some say he even jacked Biggie's ideas and used them to shape other artists without giving the man any credit. A bunch of people, Biggie's mom, DMX, Mace, and even his old bodyguards, have all said Biggie was used and played. Uncle Ron, who used to be Diddy's security, said he was offered 30 grand to help take Biggie out. Gene Deal said Biggie was about to leave Bad Boy for a huge deal, but Diddy wasn't letting that happen.
I was offered $30,000 to perform a hit on Biggie Smalls. March 1st of 1997, I was approached by Diddy to perform a hit on one of his artists, finding out that he wanted all the rights to all his catalog.
So, where was Faith through all this? Right in the middle of the chaos, she watched the label flip Biggie's legacy into a business move, and she saw Diddy tighten his grip on everything once Big was gone. If all these folks noticed what was happening, chances are Faith did too. And maybe staying quiet wasn't about loyalty, maybe it was just the only way she knew how to survive in a world built to silence her. If Diddy really was trying to keep his hands all over Biggie's legacy, it explains a lot. And if Faith knew the deal but kept quiet, that could be why CJ started pulling away. Maybe she felt stuck, maybe she was scared. Either way, her silence didn't just protect her, it left CJ wondering about everything. But let's be real, this story ain't about CJ, it's about Faith finally letting go of the weight she's been carrying for years.
Make a long story short, John Combs and Notorious Big, Christopher Wallace, had a publishing deal together. With that publishing deal, Notorious B.I.G. is to write songs and Diddy gets a portion of the money. What Biggie did, which was wrong, is he went and wrote all the stuff for Lil' Kim and Junior Mafia and lied to Diddy and told him that they wrote their own stuff. The day before Biggie died, Gene Deal tells the story of how he was smoking weed with Biggie and he was security. He was not supposed to be smoking. Biggie told Diddy that we need more security because Gene was high. So Gene in return tells Diddy, hey, man, Biggie, he wrote all the Lil' Kim stuff and Junior Mafia. Diddy jumps in Biggie's face, say it, you wrote it, say it. And Big is like, oh man, come on Diddy, right? The next day, Biggie was dead.
And here's something real to think about. Faith staying quiet wasn't just about being scared. When you are stuck in a system run by powerful people with money, media, and control on their side, keeping your mouth shut might be the only way to make it out. That's not weakness, that's survival in its rawest form. Diddy going down ain't just some court headline, it's bigger than that. It's a whole shift in how people are looking at the industry. Faith's voice hits different now, not because she just started speaking, but because folks are finally tuning in. She's been holding this in for years, and now that it's out, everything's changing, and the pattern, it's clear as day. Faith, Mace, Biggie's mom, they all say the same thing. They got used, tossed to the side, or straight up shut down. Diddy's whole image might scream money and flash, but behind the scenes, there's a long line of people he left in the dust. That's not just how the game works. That's real damage, and people are finally calling it out. These days, the internet eats up every scandal like candy. So yeah, it's no surprise wild stories about Diddy keep popping off. Folks are always chasing the next crazy headline. But when you push all that noise to the side, what really matters is what gets proven, the stuff coming out in court. And honestly, some of those testimonies are wilder than anything social media could make up. But let's not act like the court of public opinion doesn't matter, because it does. At this point, it almost doesn't matter to Diddy's image if he gets found guilty or not. People have already made up their minds. With all these lawsuits, wild stories, and public fallouts with celebrities who have real fandoms, the judgment is already out there. And now, every time one of his songs comes on, it's not just the beat you hear, it's all the voices, all the stories, all the receipts playing in the back of your mind. Let's be real, the jury might not be biased, but they are still regular people. Just like everybody else, they are scrolling the same feeds, seeing the same headlines, and hearing the same stories. And let's not lie, most of what has been said about Diddy lately has been nothing but bad. When that's all you see over and over, it sticks. Headlines get in your head, and even if a juror is trying to stay neutral, that stuff still hits. And honestly, who could blame them?
They know my nigga got the fucking kidnapped kids. Fuck them in they ass, throw them over the bridge. That's how it is.
And here's what's really wild, even in the comment section, people are starting to feel how deep this pain runs. One person wrote, Faith's eyes look like they hold so much pain. I bet she went through hell under that contract with Diddy. After the passing of her husband, I'm sure tanning was the least of it. That line hits different, you can picture it. A woman grieving, feeling trapped, and still getting picked apart just to keep up appearances. The industry made her look like a star on the outside, but behind closed doors, they were breaking her down piece by piece. Then there's this other comment that hits even harder. I believe everything they say about Diddy. No context, no backstory, just that. And honestly, that says it all. The court of public opinion has shifted so much that people don't even need receipts anymore. When so many people from different parts of his past are saying the same thing, it starts to feel real, even if it's all still allegations. That's how loud patterns can speak. This is just one part of the story. The whole thing's still coming together. And honestly, what's next might totally flip the script. So keep watching and don't blink. If this Faith and Diddy tea got you shook, go ahead and hit that like button and drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep it 100 and hear what you really think.